in the bottom right, in the blue, for Good Game Gaming, he is Dream. And his opponent in the upper left, in the red, for Kaiser Gaming, the savior in the Golden Team League, he is Time. And you know what? I believe it's actually had its name change. It's no longer the Golden Team League. I believe it's just now called the Chinese Team League. I may be incorrect on that, but I know Sushi has a team in that. So, well, that's happening because the exciting news, and I'm 99.9% sure I'm not leaking this because I know. There we go. Gold Series Team Championship. There we go. You know what? I just saw someone say, "Hey, hey people, the team of course I'm part of Team Exxon, even if I'm doing a lot of stuff for Alpha X." And someone in our Discord was like, "Hey, I hear Exxon's got a team," because that's been leaked or it's been announced one way or the other. But that's the big news, that the Gold Series Team Championship is no longer just a Chinese thing. We have international teams competing here for the first time because the requirement that you have at least one Chinese player, it's now gone. So I'm very excited for that. I believe that will still be cast on Wardy's channel. This is not me saying I'm going to have the opportunity to cast this, although what I wouldn't give for that, but I'm just very excited to see. We're going to see all these Chinese teams, Kaiser Gaming, I guess Bravestar Gaming doesn't exist anymore, Envy, I believe Good Game Gaming is a Chinese org? Putting my foot in my mouth here, maybe. But anyways, I'm excited to see all of these orgs face against, Team Liquid and Exxon and Alpha X and all these different international teams. And that's going to be, I don't actually remember when that started kicking off yet, but it's really exciting. Could not be more interested in that. But hey, we should probably talk about the game here. That we do have Dream, of course. He's gone for a Reaper Expand build, and his opponent gone for Gas First, double gas, going into a 1-1-1. And there's this kind of carousel of how builds work out, where Proxy Bear, of like the three dominant Terran openers, is a better way to say that, where Proxy Reaper is better than Reaper Expand, is better than Gas First, is better than Proxy Reaper. Right, so you got that circle, that virtuous circle, rock, paper, scissors, except it's a little bit harder to say than just rock, paper, scissors. So it feels like Dream, again, it's a minor advantage. Is this going to win or lose the game here for Dreamer Time? Not really, but he does have this minor build order advantage. He's still going to get into that 1-1-1. He's still going to have enough to defend. And this Gas First opening, I mean, it's going to be 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions with a medevac. And yeah, that's a powerful force, but generally what we see here on the defense is the opponent, they can get by with just a little bit less. The Reaper Expand opener can get by with just a little bit less here, as he will have more Marines. Yeah, he's not going to have as many Hellions. He's only on 1 Hellion, 1 Reaper. But at the end of the day, well, he's going to have more workers, he's going to have more mules, he's going to be absolutely fine. And it looks even with this that Time is not interested in moving out across the map just yet. Okay, there we go. Oh, I like this a lot more, actually. So we're going to see a Hellion drop into the main base. And how many Reapers do we have on the map? Is this 5 Reapers? Yeah, 5 Reapers moving on into the natural. And this is even more committed than your standard Gas First opener. So, while I said yes, absolutely going Reaper Expand against the Gas First, you have a little bit of an advantage there. The question really is going to be is whether Dream... Oh, no! Oh! Yeah, there we go. He's going to see it. Timing just in place. Now, the Reapers will run on into the main base as the Hellions are dropped. Now, SCVs will absolutely have to be pulled to defend this. Now, the Cyclone will try to target things down, but it does not lock onto the medevac until just now. So now we're going to see the medevac. It's going to try to get targeted down. But, well, not going to get targeted down here. That being said, most of the units do go down. And there we go. It's going to get cleaned up there. The question, though, is how many workers died? Not a single worker from Dream died in the point of in the part of this as the workers were pulled. That is so unfortunate here for Time. He's down on workers. He's down on tech. I mean, I guess he's got 2. He's not exactly down on tech, but he's even on tech now. His base is late. His orbital's late. He's not been mining nearly as much this entire game, and he got nothing done with this. If you look here, look at the battle report. I mean, look, nothing really happened. He lost 3 Hellions and 4 Reapers for just about the same amount. Actually, he lost for less. 50 less gas, 50 less minerals. And when that happens, well, I mean, you're not really going to get a whole lot. Now, Does look like Dream will not be able to get this third base with that SCV just yet, but it's going to be fine because, hey, we got Landed Vikings. And Landed Vikings, they actually do really well in these small unit skirmishes. Oh, actually, we have this drop come on in the main base as well. Look at this Dream. He's already getting more damage done than Time got with his committed aggression, with his committed all in. 6 workers do go down. Medevac will survive for the moment. And now Dream is up 13 workers, 12 workers, 13 workers in a mirror matchup. That is that doesn't feel good. Now, we do see the third base for here. It is from Time. It is on time. Actually, it's a little bit later than Dream, but it is within the realm of being on time. So with that being said, Time has the opportunity to maybe come back here from an economic perspective, but what he really has to leverage is the fact that he has more army. Now, it's only 10 army supply, so it's not the best, but look at this. How many tanks do we have on the side up? Okay, not even a tank lead. 2 tanks to 3. 2 Vikings to 5, and I'm looking for good things to say about Time here in this game number 1, but his attack didn't really work. We just saw that dichotomy of, well, it's a gas first against a Reaper Expand, and the Reaper Expand will just always have enough, especially because Time did not really target the workers down. That being said, though, we do have 2 Ravens on the field here for Time, so he can theoretically disable all 3 of these tanks, although, what just died? Looks like I guess there was a Hellion that just died. Anyway, theoretically, he does have to be careful here. So now the Ravens, they will move forward, but the Vikings are already targeting 1 down, so it's just going to be a couple auto turrets, and auto turrets are not going to be enough to break this. I mean, yeah, they're powerful, but I mean, not really. Now, of course, we will see the Vikings land, and the army of Dream is not fighting all that well, but I think it's just fighting just well enough here, as now the tanks move on forward here. And the tanks, yeah, Vikings do really good against mechanical units, but so do the tanks here. And the army of Time, it's fallen apart. 48 workers to 43, though. Time has done a really good job of bringing his army back. Now, this Viking will be able to get the medevac, too. So, at the end of the day, there we go. At the end of the day, it's a bit of a wash. But Time, once again, he lost a little bit less. Oh, what? Yeah, actually, what am I saying? Yeah, Time has lost less both times. Just by a little. So, I apologize. I read the battle report wrong because it was not oriented properly. What are these tanks doing? All right, so where do we stand in this game as things calm down here? Time, he's down 6 workers. He's down in army. He is down in tech significantly. He will only have +1, and his opponent is going to have 1-1. And let's talk for a minute just how powerful upgrades are in this matchup. Marines fire incredibly fast, which means that both offensive and defensive upgrades are that much more impactful when we're looking at Marine versus Marine combat, because the way upgrades work is it's functionally adding 1 damage per attack, or removing 1 damage per attack. And that means the numbers aren't always 1, but anyway. And what that means is that when you've got this attack coming on in, if your opponent fires twice a second, that is additional 2 DPS. If your unit fires 4 times per second, that's additional 4 DPS. And on the flip side, same thing true as armor. The same thing is true of armor. If the enemy units, they're firing really fast, and you have +1 armor, that's negative firing rate DPS. If they fire 4 times per second, that is that is 4 less damage than you would have taken otherwise. So when we look at Marines with how fast they fire, +1 versus 1-1 is just so incredibly impactful here. Now Dream, he's double the army supply of his opponent. He has 1-1. His opponent does not. He has. Okay, stim and combat shields are here for both players, but Dream really has an opportunity to just kind of sledgehammer his opponents. There are not a lot of tanks here. Only 3 outside of the third base. Do we have any more elsewhere? Okay, there's 1 in the natural, and none in the main base. So Dream absolutely has this timing where he's up 30 supply, he's up upgrades, and can absolutely just steamroll his opponent. But I don't think he's aware of this yet, and he's just content to get ready for his 4th base, to establish that on the map, to take us a little bit further on into the game. And you know what? Hey, our game 1 is already going longer than I think the first 2 games of the previous series when combined. And again, that's not saying Cyan played poorly. Cyan played really well. He just got really unlucky with his build orders in that game. And please don't tell me Stream Raiders is just going to auto-go. We're going to have to see is the Stream Raiders battle is going to get started in like 10 seconds. And I'm really hoping it... Okay, the battle's ready. We're good. No big deal. All right, so this army from Dream here, we'll find the army of Time. And hey, you know what? Better upgrades. Actually, no, we have upgrade parity now. And the supply parity is actually getting a little bit closer too. So Time, by just kind of sitting back, I mean, he's still in a bad spot, don't get me wrong, and he does need to get +2 armor on the way here, ASAP, but he has done a decent job. And, yeah, we'll just do the battle after this game. No, I just wasn't sure whether the battle would get automatically triggered, but it is not, so we're totally fine with that. I just didn't want the battle to happen and have everyone miss it. So, look at this, though. Dream, he's going to find the army of his opponent, sadly missing. Although, it looks like, yeah, he's not going to be able to get a whole lot done here. And the Vikings in the sky, that is a massive Viking count, actually. How are we at Viking? So 9-4, which means Time owns the sky. It's going to be very difficult for Dream to really get the siege ups he's looking for. And now the tanks are going to siege up here, and they're just going to find a bunch of tanks sieged up on their lonesome with no marine buffer. And that means, well, if Marines just step forward, kill on things. And now the army of Time is trying to find a way on in here, but no, it's a 50 army supply lead. These tanks are not to be trifled with. They have +1 attack, so they just do so much damage. That being said, the Vikings, they're powerful. They're useful things to look at. And that does mean that it's difficult for Dream to really get too much damage here without scans. But look at the scans. This command center is going down. Meanwhile, of course, Dream says, you know what? Hey, you know what? I got this army on the other side of the map. I got the supply lead. GG. Dream. He's going to take game 1. GGG indeed. But now, I promised y'all something. The battle is ready to begin. The battle's ready to begin, which means we should waste no... and get right to it. Oh, that is the wrong scene. All right, so we got our second battle. Where are we all? We're all on the bottom left. We are all just sitting here. We say, okay, well, so much for splitting of forces, so much for pincer movements. It's just all... we're all in this together. Ah, yes. Hide behind my tank. Do whatever you're doing. Oh, hey, it splits. Oh, what? There were only 2. Okay. That was easy. There we go. Hey. We get rogue skins. Oops. Yeah, don't do that. All right, so... there we go. We got a map. We're gonna get load on into that as we okay, so where do we go here? I think we steal the thing. Let's get some chests. I like chests. They actually no, we have to do this one first, right? Yeah, we gotta do it. Alright. There we go. Let's start it. Okay, this time. How do we even get out of here? I don't really know, so we're just gonna put it in this corner. We're just going to put it in the corner. We're going to say, go to town, friends. It's our next battle. It's a good time. Have fun with it. But, you know what? We also got countdowns. So, we're just going to sit on the stream thing battle for the moment. It is a ranged unit. Okay, so... what does it do? I don't really know. I'm new to this. Having a good time, though. So, what... oh, StarCraft came to the forefront. Thank you, StarCraft. What do we got here? So, you get bonus damage versus armored. No milestone abilities. I'm just sad, apparently. I am as your captain, it's just on you to support me. As our players, they're loaded on into game 2 now. It's going to be Time versus Dream, the good game gaming player with the 1-0 lead. Let's go. All right, so spawning in the upper right, in the red, down 1 game in this series from Kaizi Gaming. He's Time. And, of course, his opponent in the bottom left. In the blue, he is representing Good Game Gaming with the 1-0 lead. He is Dream. And you know what? I'm really hoping we see Time or Dream at some point just type GGG instead of G on accident, so then I can make some sort of joke about it's not just good game, it's Good Game Gaming. It's not even a joke. I don't really know. It's fine, though. Because it made me laugh, and you all may not know this as you're tuning in here listening to me talk about the game and whatever else I fancy. But at the end of the day, as we do have a double barracks thing going on in here, that is interesting. Or is this going to be double barracks Reaper? Probably what it's going to be from Time here in this game number 2. Of course, Oxide, it's a shorter map. You have a little bit more of an opportunity to go on in and, well, you have a shorter rally distance. It gives these aggressive options just a little bit more leeway. But anyway, You all may not realize this is I'm sitting here talking about things. The whole goal of everything I say, it's not to entertain you. It's to make me chuckle inside. So the worse the joke is, the better I laugh, and the worse everyone else cries. So that's exactly what we're doing here. That's the goal of everything. And now Time will be able to scout that this is a Reaper expand coming on in once again. And there we go. It's double Reaper play coming in from Time in this game number 2 as he looks to get a little bit aggressive here. I believe GGG is a Chinese org, but I don't know for certain. However, we do have the owner of Good Game Gaming sitting in the chat with us. At least he was previously. And I will actually check for you. Chinese, okay, there we go. Gengar sitting here. All right. Thank you, Gengar. I figured it was because isn't Good Game Gaming the follow-on to Bravestar Gaming? I've heard at least. I can't verify this. And Gengar, of course, he's the team owner. He's sitting here in chat, able to tell me when I'm right, when I'm wrong. But I had heard that the people that owned / ran games, Bravestar Gaming, just kind of closed down, and then because of sponsorship stuff, and then just turned it into Good Game Gaming with different sponsors. But again, I'm not certain about that. So, Gengar, please tell me if I'm incorrect about that. Is now with the Reapers will find their way on into the main base here, and this has the potential to get a lot of damage done. I mean, a lot of the units here of Dream have already gone down. Yes, he does have a Hellion on the way. Oh, great, I was right, absolutely. Hey, I'm happy. For once, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day here. Now, this Hellion will mean that these Reapers will get removed for the moment, but once they heal back up once again. Now, of course, here's the salient point when you're trying to defend this. If you could force them out of the main base once, it gets so much easier to hold it for a second time. Now, this SCV says, please don't kill me. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. All right. So now the Reaper will hop on into the main base. This Reaper should just go down as it's in a little bad position. But now Dream has held. He has lost 7 workers, and that's maybe not the best, but on the flip side, he does have his command center a little bit faster. He has his orbital. Actually, okay, never mind. They're timed out just the same. And you know what? We talk about Chinese teams and everything else. I gotta say, I have so much respect for the Chinese community. It started exploding in a... I mean, I don't know a ton about it. Just it's really hard to watch Chinese tournaments because it's A, they're at weird hours, and B, they're not really broadcast all that much unless it's a big one and they get Wardy in or something. And, of course, casting it myself is difficult because, you know, getting a Chinese account, you have to be in China to be able to do that to get on the Chinese server. But I have so much respect for the Chinese scene. They have done so much with... I mean, yeah, they have NetEase support from Blizzard, but seeing the Chinese scene grow and explode over the last several years, and all these Chinese organizations that are popping up, Kaizi Gaming, Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Bravestar Gaming, now, which is now Good Game Gaming, Envy, I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but the fact the Chinese scene has grown up so much, it really is awesome to see another region really get into StarCraft as much as the Chinese region has, especially with how siloed they are from the rest of the world with the Chinese Great Firewall of China. Yeah, they do. It makes me very happy. But enough telling Gengar about how awesome he is. We should probably talk about this game just a little bit longer because, well, has anything changed? We do have a third base done here for Time. And there we go. He's getting into his tech. Third barracks is on the way here. So 3-1-1, third base. We should see 2 more barracks go down here in a bit. Actually, yeah, the one... Yeah, there we go. So 3-1-1 here into a 5 barracks play. And then, of course, the question is, does he drop a couple additional barracks? Does he get aggressive? Yada, etc., etc., etc. Now, Dream, he is a little bit late on this third command center. What that translates into a 7 army supply lead. But you got to remember, he has lost 8 workers over the course of this game, and that means that his economy has not been all that great for the last bit. And what that means, of course, is he has to cut corners. He delays his upgrades, maybe. He delays stim. He delays getting his third base. Whatever he has to do to make sure that he doesn't die and he can actually get himself back into a decent economic position in this game. But it really does feel that Dream is in the position that Time was in last game. Now this time it's because damage was done instead of because damage was not done. Okay, so we have a Raven coming into the natural here. And you know what? Okay, so the Marines will stem on top of this. So 2 Marines and a medevac do go down. And these Reapers are not going to do a whole lot to defend against these Hellions, to be totally honest. Now, 3 Hellions in the main base. 3 Hellions, of course, are what it takes to kill some SCVs. And there we go. 5 workers go down. We're seeing more and more on the way here. Nice hot pickup micro from these Hellions. Although 2 of them are very low, so they're going to struggle to get anything more later on, unless it is, of course, totally undefended mineral line. But now, Dream has been able to equalize just a little. He got 6 workers. He's still down 6, so not in the best position, but he's not terrible. He's not in this cataclysmic economic position he was once in this game. That being said, though, his production is far behind his opponent. So we see the army supply now. We say, okay, it's about even. Actually, it is just about even here. Plus or minus 2 is even for all intents and purposes. But time, he has more production. He's adding on the additional 2 barracks now. And there's going to be a time in the next minute or two where suddenly time is massively ahead from a supply perspective, just because he has his 3rd base faster, because he has his production that much faster. Now, these Ravens, these Vikings, they will be able to prevent a drop on into the 3rd base, but okay, what are these Reapers going to do? Not a whole lot. But again, it cannot be overstated. Eco lead is a powerful thing. And it looks like Dream just dropped all of his mules, so the eco lead's not really quite there as much as it was, but still, 3 bases to 2, and yes, we do have the 3rd command center on the way. And interestingly enough, this is not where you see the 3rd command center get placed in TVT all that often. Because, well, you can just siege up these rocks. This is a pain to remove. But I guess on the flip side, it allows Dream to push through the base that he has. And if he's looking to get a little bit aggressive here to try to balance things out, well, you want to be able to do that. You want to be able to defend with your rally. You want to be able to defend with your army as it goes on the way through. So that's a nice thing that allows him to do that there. Plus, he doesn't deal with these siege doodads. So both of these things, it's going to work out maybe well for Dream here. We're going to have to see how things go because, once again, eco deficits, they're not the most fun. Now, that being said, though, if Dream has any intent on getting aggressive on the map, it's going to have to be in another 45 seconds because his +1 is not done. His +1 and his +1 are both not done here. And I think Time is aware of this. He says, okay, that's an upgrade timing. Maybe I can make something happen with that. Now, we have 1 tank in the main base, sieged on up here. Who is your favorite Terran team, Tree Stump? Is it Good Game Gaming? I guess Good Game Gaming has Science, so it's not just a pure Terran team. And I want to say Kaisi has more than Terran players, too. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Kaisi Gaming has Solar, so neither of these teams are purely Terran. Although I guess, you know, Kaisi has Time and Innovation, so extra Terran players there. Where do we got? 4th base is going to be on the way here as Time says, okay, you took your 3rd. I'm just going to take my 4th. I'm going to continue to progress my lead, and look at this. As I said, look, army supply was equal, and we have not taken a fight here. No army, no Marines, no tanks, no medevacs have died. And NV has Maru and Bunny, so yeah, I don't know which is your favorite Terran team, Tree Stump. I'm interested because I'm interested to have this discussion. But anyway, now we do have Time. He's getting ready to move out on the map here. Up 50 total supply, and it's going to be so difficult for Dream to actually make this defense. Now, we do have tanks here, and they are in position, so these Reapers are just going to get blown up, and that's going to shave away part of the supply. And actually, Dream does have the air lead, which does mean that it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Time to push on in here, as long as the Vikings and the Ravens, they are placed appropriately. And really the whole goal here, just kind of sit him on top of this doodad, and you provide vision for everything. That being said, though, Time, he's looking for a big flank. He's looking for a big surround here. Timed up with his 2-2, which, well, it's done in 5 seconds. So once again, be prepared to be shocked and awed by just how much better 2-2 Marines are than 1-1 Marines in Marine fights. But now we do have time to get ready for this engagement. Let's zoom out to see exactly how this is going to work out, because it's going to have to be a big flank. There are a bunch of tanks here, sieged up and ready in position here. And the Vikings actually doing a really good job shaving away at the Vikings of the opponent. And now, okay, now we have the Army of Time stimming on in, but these tanks are really well placed. And wow, the station, or the Dorito can is going to do so freaking much here. And you know what, Time, he had such a lead, but look at this, the tanks, they're not even going down. Okay, a couple might go down to the very end of things, but there's supply parity all of a sudden, even with the upgrade deficit. That being said, though, these 6 Marines, they're going to find all the way through, and now maybe the push. Maybe the push is just going to be a little bit too much, as the SCVs will be forced to be pulled here, and it's 2-2 versus 1-1. So the bio that's coming out of the barracks here for Dream is not all that impactful. Now we're seeing the damage get done, even as there was supply parity. There's not quite enough here. Now the tanks will get cleaned up eventually, but 17 workers have gone down. Dream, yeah, he's got a 4th orbital, or soon to be a 4th orbital, 4th command center, and yeah, his 2-2 is done at some point, but he doesn't really have a pushing opportunity, because look, his opponent's got a 5th base on the way. Yeah, those tanks on the 3rd were 11 kills. 10 kills. Those tanks on the third were just absolute MVPs. Plus with the Dorito cannon on top of it, the anti-armor missiles, the word I was looking for, they just shredded, absolutely shredded the Marines. Because you got to remember, putting anti-armor missiles on the bio effectively makes it as if they are one upgrade less from their armor. So that's why the Marines were able to fight kind of okay. It's not perfect, but it's decent. And now it's 2-2 versus 2-2. There's upgrade parity for the next 30 seconds. And Dream, he's going to have to make something of this. That being said, though, yeah, he had a supply lead just a little bit ago from the army perspective. I mean, he's down in workers rather considerably. But that, well, the superior production here, the superior economy of time has said that really meant that that's not a big deal. Okay, that's fair, Tree Stump. That is fair. But now Dream, he's trying to get aggressive on that map, but I don't really know how much he's going to be able to get done here. Now, he may be able to cancel this 5th command center. Actually, I guess it's a 6th command center, maybe even a 7th. Yeah, 7th command center time. He says, I own the map. It is my opportunity to now actually own the map. But I gotta say, though, Dream has done such a good job of actually coming back into this series. Or back into this game. He's up 1-0 in the series. I mean, he was dead. Or not dead, but he was in a really bad position after that opener. With losing 7 SCVs that early just does not feel good when you have timing parity on your natural command center. And he was down like 50 army supply, but those 2 tanks on the high ground, the Dorito cannon, all of those things meant that time did not take the fight he was looking for. But once again, time is knocking on the doorstep. This time, though, it's only a 30 army supply lead. This time, though, there will be Dorito cannon on him as well. But Dorito cannons on both sides, and tanks on one side are the only tanks that are sieged up here, which means we're going to see tanks just fall from the sky. All the Marines have died on both sides. So it's just a question of who has more tanks in range. And it looks like Dream, he's going to take a better fight. Once again here, because time, he stemmed into sieged up tanks. And you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. Yeah, he did have 3-3 and 2-2, but it didn't really matter. As now the tanks, they will get dropped upon here. The Vikings landed as well. Do we have a drop somewhere? Where are the 2 workers going down? Okay. Didn't really see that drop, but apologies if wherever it happened. And now Dream, he's got an army supply lead in this game. That is ridiculous. Yeah, he's down on upgrades, and that's unfortunate. It does mean that it will be difficult for him to really take advantage of this upgrade, this army supply lead, but he's up 20 army supply in a game that he has been really far behind on. I mean, look at this graph. Every time he just takes a better trade. Every time he just loses a lot less. And yeah, time has been ahead in economy a lot this game. Don't get me wrong, but if you're going to lose 7,000 more resources in a mirror matchup, you better have that better economy, because it's not going to work out for you in the end of the game. And yeah, absolutely we have a game here. Absolutely we have a game. And hey, 3-3 is done. So this upgrade lead, this massive Marine power spike that time has had, that Dream has not, well, it's not there anymore. It is not there anymore. It is 3-3 versus 3-3 now, and Dream has found a dream of a sieged up position here. The tanks, there's no way you're getting on top of them, which means this 3rd base of time is going to go down, but of course the 5th base of Dream is going to go down as well. That is a, you know what? Time takes that trade, absolutely, but what this does mean is this planetary also probably goes down, so it's probably going to be 2 bases for 1 here. Actually, no, Dream, he's looking to get his way on into the natural, and Dream is actually gonna maybe make something happen here. Now the tanks, 4 of them will be disabled, but the rest of the tanks here and the Liberators are firing strong as well. Although it looks like with the disables, it looks like time will be able to finally take this fight. But again, it's gonna be still a pretty good fight for him, and the Ravens will be able to shoot a lot of stuff from the sides. And Dream, once again, he's got stuff going. So that last fight, 7 tanks going down. That can't be right. Dream lost tanks. But if we look at units lost here, let's see, 15 tanks to 15. Okay, actually surprising parity. The 15 tanks to 15, but 175 Marines to 123. 10 Ravens to 1. Okay, yeah, that's where the money is. the Raven disparity. A hotkey for units lost is Shift L. You're saying time at advantage and he lost it. This is true, but he has not lost the game. He absolutely, we're just even now. These absolutely insane fights that Dream has taken over the last several minutes are not game-winning fights for Dream. They're game-evening fights for Dream. And now, well, we're going to have to see where he goes from here. As the tanks actually have time, well, the tanks and the Ravens, more importantly, have time. They're going to have some really nice, well, they're going to take a little bit hard. It's going to be a little bit harder to take them down, as we're going to have +2 vehicle plating on the way here. Now, Corvette reactor coming on in from both sides. And that means these Ravens are going to be rather powerful indeed, because we're in the late game. We're in the 27 base period of TVT, where both players have expanded to fill the entire map. Yeah, Dream has one more base he can reasonably take, but realistically, it's just about that. And now is the game of just trying to figure... Yeah, SCV is trying to kill still Marines. I mean, they'll get him eventually, but 12 workers will go down here. And, oh, look at this. Time, he's wedged himself in a really good position. He has the high ground. Yeah, his opponent had the high ground as well, but Dream does not feel confident in his position. So there we go. We're going to have tanks. They're just going to get disabled from everywhere. But look at this surround from Dream. It's a full 360. Tanks are still firing. And it looks like Dream, he's just taking a Dream fight here. The tanks, they're not even sieged up. Now they are, but the Marines are on top of them. So the tanks, they're just going to get targeted down. Now Dream does have to get on top of these because the tanks, they do have a really good armor. But there we go. They're going to go on down here. Dream taking the Dream of a fight in this game number 2. And wow, what a fight here from Dream. Yeah, he does not have base parity yet. Yes, he's a little bit behind in economy, but he's up 20 army supply. He has upgrade parity and all that matters, and he has Ravens on the way here. What a game from Dream! As this game started out, Dream was so far behind. I mean, look at the army supplies differential here for the first part of this game, and suddenly Dream, he's still down a base. I mean, he is not mining as much as his opponent. Actually, I guess he is with mules, but theoretically he's not. All right, he has less bases. He has less infrastructure, and he has fought his way back into this game so well. All right, so disables here. The tanks are going to go down, and it really feels like now that Dream has not even the game anymore. He has taken a commanding lead in this game. He's going to take out the third base of Time once again. He's probably going to take the fourth base, or whatever base this is of Time as well. Now, Time with this drop is in a really, it's going to be pretty nice here. Will not be able to get the orbital though. And you know what? I kind of like this. Look at all these outlying bases. Yeah, okay, never mind. That was just the orbital from the main base that was floated over. Anyway, tanks sieging up this planetary. That will go down. SCV is going to see what they can do, but really not a whole lot. Now we have a Doom drop on into the main base here. As Dream is saying, look, Time, your time is now. I've had dreams of this for many days. It's a good game indeed. And how many more dumb jokes can I make? I don't really know. But the entire infrastructure of Time, it is falling down here. And Time says, okay, I can't fight this army anymore. The best I can do is go for a base trade. But what do we have from the rally here of our Terran player? A couple tanks on into the natural, but they will get disabled immediately. And actually, you know what? With the lack of medevacs under the army now for Time, he's going to be able to take a decent fight here. But the tanks, they're coming off of disabled rather soon. And one tank's going to be able to get one fire off. But GG Dream, he's going to take game 2. What a game. Really, what a game there. From our Terran player. Well, I guess they're both Terran players. What a game from the Good Game Gaming Terran player. That was a tour de force. Yeah, let's let's go back into the in-game screen for a second, because we're going to take a look. Army value, just insane. Look how much of a difference this is. And then it spikes down. He takes a really good fight. He goes back up again. Spikes down. Goes on. Time's army supply graph really looks like the GME graph over the last weeks. It's got those 2 spikes and it just goes down. Resource collection massively ahead there for Time. Upgrade spending massively ahead there for Time. Workers active massively ahead there for Time. And somehow Dream wins. Somehow, Dream takes this victory, and that is incredible. But while we're sitting here out of game, I should take the time to remind you that we have a Stream Raiders battle getting ready for. It's going to be ready in 8 minutes. We're going to do it after game number 3. Please make sure to go add your units. You can use the code BATTLE, or the ! BATTLE, to go on to join us there. And it's going to be a good time. We have, let's check a look at where we're actually in this battle. This looks like it's time taking a little bit of break, so we can do that. We have, we got an epic heavy tank going on here. Okay, so I don't have to do anything whatsoever. Look at that. Look at this thing. This is pretty. And of course, we got a bunch of archers, a bunch of tanks, a warrior, a wild barbarian. The Argyle just having fun with us here. Tree stump. Oh yeah, we actually gotten some pretty cool stuff. I need to go in and see what I need to do, because I think I've gotten some additional units, but I don't really know how to do that. Is this a Dalek tank? Is this one of the base trade TV skins? Oh yeah, it is a base trade TV skin. Okay, so you buy it. But that is a cool tank. Look it out. Come on, give me the particles. There we go. Okay, we got a Swiftfoot Rogue, base trade TV skin, and Epic Death Barbarian. Oh, that's fun. So we're just gonna smash this. The very few units that are on the field, no boss-ish things. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, okay, there. Oh, I missed the lobby link. Oops. Sorry, time. Sorry, Dream. We're gonna get on into things. But hey, you know what? I'm excited for this. But you know, we got a game 3 getting ready on here. We'll be on Death Aura. That's a fun map. And also, of course, get Peace of Mind. Get back, please. Actually, again, really, it's pretty cool that they just ship you all your stuff. In hard drives or USBs, whatever you need. And you can, it doesn't cost you anything if you decide to not keep the USB, not to keep the hard drive, and you can ship it back. So that's very cool. Shout out to them. We'll be talking about them more a little bit after this series, because of course they are our second sponsor. They are providing part of the prize pool for this tournament. They are allowing us to put on cool events like this. So, absolutely shout out to them. But now, we have our third game in this series. Dream has this 2-0 lead that no one saw. I did not see the 2-0 lead coming after that game number 2 started, but it's where we are. Death Aura is our map. StarCraft is our game. Let's go. All right, spawning in the bottom right. In the blue, up 2 games to 0 from Good Game Gaming. He's Dream. And his opponent looking for the reverse sweep. He's done it before. He can do it again. From China. From Kaizi Gaming. He's Time. And it appears that my frame rate has decided to crater for just a little bit of time. It will be back up. I apologize for this internet blips. Not much you can do about it. But you know what? Things happen, and we'll be hopefully this isn't making you buffer too much. But regardless, we'll be good here, as we do have 2 Reaper expands coming from Time and Dream in this game number 3. Of course, Death Aura, it makes sense. It is a defensible position for both players. And it's really just hard to get on into your opponent's natural, into your third base, and just kill them off in this game. So what do? You do a Reaper. You do a Reaper expand. You go on in and you play us towards a more macro game. And you know what? I am absolutely here for that in this game number 3. All right. So, SCV taking a little bit of damage there, but the whole point here is it's difficult. It's incredibly difficult to go on in and actually attack into the natural, into the third base with how these bases are set up. So what you do, you expand and you take advantage of that. And with how great Game 2 was, with how genuinely great Game 2 was, yeah, sure, Time Dream, take this game to 40 minutes. Absolutely. I am here for it. And give me more games of that in the best of 7. Make it so I just never sleep tonight. All right, sounds like we're back. I ran out very quickly to check with my roommate to make sure that he was not like uploading terabytes and terabytes of things. As we do have a Reapers fighting their way on in the main base here, and you know what? Really good. Yeah, Dream just got insane micro. Yeah, he will lose this eventually, but 3 workers and a Reaper for 2 Reapers? Okay, absolutely. Thank you. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That's gonna be great here. I am here for it, and we're going to have to see where we go, because Time, he took some damage in this game. It's not game-ending damage. Don't get me wrong. It's not necessarily game-defining damage. Yeah, I do apologize about this. This actually really doesn't happen that often, and certainly for prolonged periods like this, I have actually never seen this happen. I'm not sure what's up with my node or whatever, but apparently, Xfinity has decided that I don't need upload speed. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna keep casting. We're gonna keep going, and I truly apologize for this. I don't know what's up. I wish I did. I wish there was something that I could do to fix it. But there we go. We do have this drop coming on into the main base here. One Widow Mine and a bunch of Marines. Now, there's a tank here on the defensive. This is not going to get a whole lot done. It will delay this third command center for just a little bit of time. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Our sponsor ruined me. Backblaze decided, I paused the backup, and it decided to turn back on because it needs to back me up, and that just ate my entire upload speed. Okay, well, we're fixed now. Okay, fine. I really apologize, but we have it fixed. It shouldn't happen again. Let me just close that client out, actually. As awesome as they are, they're not exactly conducive to streaming things when we're trying to upload at 5,000 kilobits per second, and... well, that's not exactly a thing. That's not a thing when you're uploading your entire computer. So anyway. All right. So again, they have a great service, and they are very intent on you using it. But again, it's not conducive when I'm trying to stream. So this should be fixed now. I see I'm hitting at a solid like 6K kilobits per second. And you know what? That's exactly ideal. So we should be good. Once again, I apologize for this. I thought I had it turned off, but apparently I didn't. So the battle's ready to begin. 29 units were placed on the battlefield. Ooh, that's going to be exciting. We're going to get into that after this game. This Widow Mine is actually going to get a lot of damage done on this Raven. And yes, the Raven is not going to go down, but it will mean that it is going to be difficult to use this Raven as part of this fight because, you know, one Viking shot will be able to knock that off the face of the map. And this Cyclone is just sitting here. Not really going to be able to get a whole lot done, but where are our upgrades? Wait, is this mech? It is mech. Okay, yeah, Time doing something a little bit different here in this game number 3. Again, I apologize for not picking up on this earlier. You know, we want to make sure I've been distracted by making sure things happen here. But the question here is whether Dream has noticed this. I don't believe he has. He's not really seen on... oh, no, I think he has, actually. I think he did see the extra factory. But he is playing Marine tank into this, and that is rather surprising. I mean, you see players do this on occasion, but really what I feel like when I see Bio versus Mech at this point, well, it is more often than not, it's Marine Marauder tank. You get all these extra gas, you just take all the bases, and you go from there. But now we have the push coming on in. Three tanks are here, and they will be able to siege up for a minute, but now we're going to have a, the Ravens will be able to disable 2 of them, and yeah, okay, this tank, maybe it's going to be able to get the gas, but that's just going to be about it. And now with the Cyclones locking on, yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what? Oh, the Marines, they're going to stim on forward, but no, there are tanks here. That is not a stim you want to do. Not whatsoever. And Time will be able to hold this pretty easily. All right. Yeah, Hunman, things should be fixed now. Please let me if they're not. Please let me know if they're not. As far as I can tell, things are doing what they're supposed to. I have noise, there's everything else. But if that's not the case, please let me know. Anyway. Time, he held his natural pretty easily. Able to go from there. And, well, 2-2 is on the way, concussive shells on the way. Now we have Dream getting on into the anti-mech thing is 5 more barracks are going on. How many barracks does he have? Going up to 8 barracks. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. 4th base is on the way, on location. And with these with these Marauders and Marines and tanks eventually. Although I don't know how many more tanks he's going to build. Because the whole point here when you're playing Bio against Mech is to just be as mobile as possible. To drop in the main base, drop in the third, and that is difficult to do on maps such as this, where you kind of get 4 bases for free, and these are chokes that are really difficult to get into against the amount of tanks that exist. So yes, this 5th base will get targeted down. But you gotta remember here, Time has his 4th base before that. Okay, there we go. The tanks will be unsieged for the moment, which means the Marines can go on in here and not do anything more. Okay, 4 tanks will go down. Decent trade here for Dream. But you got to remember, Time has his 4th base faster than the Bio player. This is live. Jesus, this is live. Live and in color. What's the, was it Panavision? Live and in true color, something like that. Anyway, okay, there we go. We have Blue Flame on the way here, so Time's now. So like, look, I have what I need to defend. Time to get on into some Hellbats, do some Hellbat drops, but also Hellbats just a really powerful thing to buffer my army. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, there we go. So 2-2 is just about done here. And Hellbats, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Hellbats are this really powerful buffer that they kill Marines really easily, and it just takes a while to get through them. All right, so now we do have the Hellbats. They will go on in. We'll be able to delay this 5th base. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. My OBS at this point is telling me I have good bitrate. So I don't know whether OBS is just a... Oh, there we go. Okay, now I got the green box. I think we should be good from here on out. I don't know what was up. I guess I just had an unstable connection, but we should be good from here. So again, I apologize. Let me know if it gets bad again. But here we are. Now this is really interesting, though. We don't see Widowmines on the way yet, but we do see Drilling Claws on the way here. And I feel like this may have been supposed to be enhanced servos. But if this is Widowmine Drilling Claws, I am really excited to see what's going to happen here. Because, of course, SCVs, they do have a little bit more health, so they don't quite die quite as easily to mass Widowmine drops. And, well, now we have Elva drops coming on in here. There are Marauders in this and Marines as well, so not really going to get a whole lot done here. And Dream, okay, this is what you want to do here. He is on 5 bases. He has an army that can fight the army of Time, assuming that he has the proper concave. And now what does he do? He goes on and he goes into Sky Terran. And that is the end game play for the Bio player when they're trying to beat a Mech player. You go on into Battle Cruisers, into Liberators, into Mass Raven. You do all these things and you go into Sky Terran because that invalidates the entire ground army of your opponent. And yes, Time does have a lot of Vikings. Absolutely he does, sitting here on 13 Vikings and 2 Ravens. But if you get Mass Viking Liberator Raven and take advantage of the fact that you just have more bases or you're mining more than your opponent, you can get into that really scary Sky Terran army just a little bit faster. There we go. There we go. We have our Fusion Core on the way here, and yes, Time is getting into that as well, but he's just not going to have quite as much money. That being said, though, we do have a big fight picking up here. Dorito Cannon on top of everything, but most of the tanks will be disabled as well. So Dream will be able to carry the fight. Now, he doesn't really want to move on into the range of these tanks, though. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. As them Marauders, they're going to file it in anyways. And 1 tank goes down. 2nd tank goes down. Actually, it looks like here, Dream has broken this 3rd base position of his opponent. And the Vikings, yeah, they're going to do what they can, but they're just going to knock out the sky. The ground is still powerful. Yeah, there's 1 tank here. We'll get targeted down as well. The medevacs are still around. And Dream just feels like he's broken Time, I think. Now, we do have more tanks coming on up here, but look, tanks are on the high ground. They're going to keep sieging away at this. And yeah, even if Dream loses these tanks, it's not the end of the world, because at the end of the day, he doesn't care about his tank count. Not really. Actually, this 3rd base is going to go down. We do have a drop come on in here into the main base, just on top of all of these tanks. Marauders are going to look to target this down. Yeah, the Raven, the auto turrets, that's not going to do anything either. And now, this tiny little Bio army, it's on top of the production. It means that these tanks, as they pop out, they're going to start to go down. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is going to be big. He's going to get both armories before they complete their upgrades. That being said, okay, the Vikings will land. Yeah, okay, there we go. But plus two armor is going to go down. Looks like building upgrades will get targeted down here. But Dream taking a really big advantageous position for himself in this game number 3. I mean, Time has 2-1 on the upgrades. I mean, that's fair enough. Yeah, I think Diamonds know more about late game ZVP than me, because No one wants to play that. You just German taxi or you leave the game. But look at this Dream. He's getting the upgrade that no one ever gets. We have, what is this even called? We have medevac boost, extended medevac boost coming on in here in this late game position. Because, you know, you got the thing, why not get it? Do we have, I'm very surprised we don't see Liberator range, though. All right, though. Now we do have this army on the right-hand side, and Dorito Cannon coming on in once again. And that, okay, coupled with the Raven auto turrets, that should be enough here to defend. But actually, no, the tanks have been disabled. So the Marauders, they're going to be able to get on in once again. And once again, Time, this is not the fight he's looking to take. As now, okay, this fourth base should get targeted down. The Marauders maybe have enough damage to take it down. But no, it's just going to be the Vikings that sacrifice their lives to keep the mining alive here. So the Marauders, they're not going to be able to survive for forever. But still, they're getting a lot of damage done. This one tank shelling away at the planetary. And now, hey, the Marauders, they're going to find their way on into the natural, stemming up once again. Yeah, they're running out of energy, but look, or they're running out of health, I guess. But more and more and more army from Time is going down. And yes, Dream is trading less. No, Dream's trading more efficiently. Never mind. Dream has more bases, and he's mining more efficiently. As we have battle cruisers now on the map here for Time. They do have upgrades, but actually they have less upgrades compared to the air army of their opponent. It's only +1 vehicle plating because, well, the armor was killed. And now battle cruisers are on the way, and that should trigger Dream into just making a metric ton of Vikings. There we go. We have 2 more starports on the way, on top of the one that already exists now. And that doesn't mean that Time, realistically, he's safe for a while, because Marines are abysmal against battle cruisers. I mean, if there are enough of them, it's fine, but with the army on the ground here, they're not really going to fight all that well. And yes, even though Dream had all the momentum and was taking all the bases and building up all of his infrastructure and doing all of this, he's not going to be able to fight just yet. He's not going to be able to fight these battle cruisers with tank support, not for a while yet. And that means that Time can stabilize on this base count. He can maybe take another base, although that will be difficult with how mobile this army is from Dream. And now we're just gonna have to see where Dream goes from this. There we go. +2 air attacks, +3 vehicle plating. So he will have a better air. He will have a better air fleet than his opponent does. Okay, now we're gonna see a bunch of disables on top of all these tanks, and now's the time to stim on top of everything here. Yes, there are the battle cruisers, but one has been disabled, so only 2 can actually fire. And now we're gonna see Yamato go down, but only 1. Okay, 2 battle cruisers are just gonna go down. Is the third one gonna go down as well? It does not have teleport. 3 battle cruisers go down, and yeah, it looks like Dream's just gonna take this fight to the extreme. I said Dream couldn't take the fight. I said Dream could not push in, but what a fool I was. As now Dream looking for the swift 3-0 here. The battle cruiser, there are not enough Marines here to kill it, but now Marauders, they're gonna find their way on into the natural once again. Marauders, they're gonna look to get on top of all these production, and yeah, the starports are going down. Everything is going down here. The Marauders, they are powerful units, and yes, will the battle cruisers be able to clear them up eventually, but not now, and not before all of these buildings will get targeted down. I'm very surprised we don't see Dream lifting them, but I guess that doesn't matter. As he says, look, they're going to burn, they're going to go down anyways. I can't really save them, and realistically, I only care about my air fleet. But Dream says, I found that anyways, and more, and we're going to see some of these starports get targeted down. Time has no production, and he has no economy. His air fleet is not as powerful as his opponents. All of these things put together mean that Time is in a terrible position as Dream broke just an unassailable position. It was looking like, but you get enough Ravens and you go from there. And I'm not going to say that Mech is an obsolete composition, because we have seen it work. More that he did not hit his transition properly. He stayed on the ground army a little bit too long. He didn't take advantage of what he had. He went into battle cruisers instead of Ravens or Liberators. And battle cruisers, they're good, but they're not incredible, especially when your opponent has gone into the Sky Terran fleet. And once I mean, this is the traditional win condition of Bio versus Mech. You get into that Sky Terran, you have enough army on the ground to fight whatever Mech army has, and you just win because you have more stuff, because you have had more base and you can build more. At GG Dream, you get the game.